I was the naysayer, or more likely, I was the one going. I hope it's going to be mostly about the
All right,
robot
and we are live now.
because I never really cared about all the drama, and also we talked about if it was going to be as bloody and dark as the original one because it was a kind of messed up
Okay,
show,
yeah.
man.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah,
Like
okay.
near
Maybe so.
apocalyptic future. You know what I'm saying?
Why did it?
Yeah, they dropped a new teaser trailer and I was watching it. I'm like, I'm losing hope for this, but whatever.
Well, you think that's something? Have you seen the Ironheart trailer?
Unfortunately, that is just absolutely a trash fire from hell.
Have you seen the new Superman trailer?
After the first one with the dog ferrying him across the ice, I've lost all hope for this, but whatever. There we go.
I think that was the better of the trailers at this point. I'll be honest. That was actually to me the more interesting trailer. Um, I wasn't really this last trailer conceptually. I you get more of what's going on, a major plot point, but I'm not feeling it.
Oh hell
Like I
no!
don't know. I mean, I don't know who the real villain is. I don't know how Lex
James
Luthor
Gunn.
gets into the Fortress of Solitude, but he's in the Fortress of Solitude, which is a bit we've done already. And the problem with doing that is you completely seal off sequels. Because if Lex Luthor knows where the Fortress of Solitude is and has got in it, you've reached the same thing of the Joker knows Batman's real identity. You've hit critical mass. Like, you've got to resolve, honestly, the story fully at that point. Because you can't go forward with the Joker knows that Batman's Bruce Wayne and he's still alive at the end of the movie. It's not viable. He's going to get him. It's the same thing. If Lex Luthor knows Superman's secret identity, you've ended the entire Clark Kent story arc. If he knows what a Fortress of Solitude is and how to get into it, he's kind of got to die at the end of the movie. Or he can just tell other villains and people everything. So it means that we know this movie is going to end on some kind of literal ender that it's going to have to resolve itself. That's the problem with being a veteran of movies and games. It's going to have to end.
All right,
Let's
get started. It's something I'm having to do right now because Discord. Just leave it alone, man.
Okay.
This is what people see.
All right.
For some reason, if I hide you behind another window, then Discord decides not to show the video. I guess it's a way to try to save bits.
Some way of pulling the screens. See, aren't you glad I came over? If you imagine if you're trying to juggle this with two of us.
Yeah.
I'm always right.
Whatever. All right.
How would you get both of us on screen?
Magic.
You'd
I'll
have to
figure it out.
Mini square.
Well, that's the same way I do it on Skype, man. I just put y'all side by side, and
I don't mind being side by side with my boy. We'll get on some Borderlands here at some point. I'm doing the beta for Where the Winds Meet right now.
Oh, good, you got in.
Yeah, I need to record another video. I got the first video. I need to do kind of like a final impression.
all right. Well, let's get started. Welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
and on Discord.
We have Bloodaxe, finally.
Because Skype is dead.
Yep.
Because, it was convenient and people were using it.
Hey ho, the Skype is dead. The Skype is dead. The Skype is dead.
I hate Microsoft. I'm slowly starting to hate Microsoft. Okay, that's not wrong. I'm quickly starting to hate. I just realized that was way not the right way to say it. Oh, but not as much as I hate Disney. It's amazing. I apparently don't hate Microsoft as much as I thought because you literally clicked the link and I merely said, well, not as much as Disney. Disney is like the card carrying poster child for evil. By the way, I wonder how they're going to make that even work.
What's that?
What's that?
Well, I don't want to spoil it because we haven't got onto it, but I know who the villain is supposed to be working for. And why does she need to build a new suit? She did it in Wakanda. Whatever. It's stupid. It's stupid. That's what it is.
Oh.
It's dumb. Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah.
but that's almost
I
as
got
dumb as, oh, I'm mad at Superman, I'm going to throw a can at his head. And I'm like, the guy who could evaporate the whole city, maybe it looks pissed. I want to emphasize, and is currently looking mad. You couldn't pay me to throw something at a Kryptonian who was making the face he was making.
I guess we'll start with this since you seem to be on a kick. So Ironheart dislike ratio continues to skyrocket as fans slam trailer with 64% negative feedback.
What? Oh no, this is terrible news for Disney. They were aiming for 80. What? Okay. I'm not about to do my usual rant, but
Sure
I
you're
want
not.
you to, no. I'm going to make you two Spark villain with me here.
Oh,
You guys tell me how they think this is going to make money. The comic book never made money. Why are we doing this? The movie she was in didn't do well.
Hang on. I
And
think
she
I
was
have an answer to
considered
that
one of the
question, but I need
worst
to
parts
verify
about that
something. So
movie.
keep talking. I may have a response to your question.
So the question is, why? And worst of all, it's a flipping movie that's going to take a lot of CGI, which means it's going to be expensive. They didn't even, at least Echo was cheap. You didn't even have to do that good of audio.
I mean, here's the thing, man, that gets me.
It could have gone cost.
Is I mean, they're trying to pull the Wakanda again. They are focusing so much on this character and the black community and
But
not
we don't
actually
like her.
That doesn't matter. I mean, they threw in Wakanda into the movie. The imagery they threw in was a lot of stereotypical black imagery.
Oh, no, they're trying really hard. They got the rap music.
Yeah.
And she's walking in the mean streets, and they're... Dude, it's freaking that stupid Robin Hood
because they
movie
think that Black Panther 1 was successful because they pushed it on the black community. They don't realize that Black Panther 1 was good because it was a good movie.
A, and B, we already rocked with Black Panther.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't rock with Riri. We rock with Luke Cage. Look, I don't know how Marvel doesn't get this. We rock with Luke Cage, Black Panther, Blade, and Storm. We rock with Storm. Put out a movie about the origin of Storm, and that sucker's making money. You ain't even gotta have the X-Men in it. I'll watch a movie just about Aurora. I will watch a movie just about Storm.
Well,
Set in Africa.
I'll be honest
with
too. If
what's
they
his
take
name?
the main,
Night King or whatever, Shadow King. Oh yeah.
I mean, if they took the main story run of X-Men and they take all the references to Storm's past and they put them all together chronologically and make that a movie, that would be awesome.
Dude,
because
the start in Africa
because
when she was a kid on the streets, man.
well,
and
because
meeting
it's a
the Shadow
story. It was
King.
a story we were all interested in. We only got it in bits and pieces over decades,
But it seemed cool.
Yeah. So if you were able just to go ahead and grab them straight from the comics,
Yeah.
and then compile them together to make a movie,
And you
that
don't
would
have
be
to
awesome.
manufacture the badass. Storm was considered a goddess in Africa. And you know why? Because she's the queen, baby. You don't have to make Storm badass. Storm is badass.
Yeah.
And then Blade, like they're working on their game, but they screwed up Blade because they were planning to get rid of him. They don't know how to do this, man. They don't know how to do this. They just really don't. It's kind of pathetic. But it's getting frustrating to see them waste money. No, it isn't. It's been frustrating. It's getting silly. I mean, at this point, I'm just wondering, when are they going to run out of money and go out of business?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Disney to keel over, and it's taking way too long. It's starting to stink. This thing's rotten slow. It's a walking corpse, man.
But I mean, yeah, dude,
This was awful.
and of course, I mean, you got that same attitude. I mean, like I said, man, they went with all the stereotypical.
Dude, her main villain is a guy that works for Mephisto. First of all, Riri Williams versus Mephisto is ridiculous. That's dumb. Mephisto is like one of the most powerful entities in the entire Marvel universe, bar none. Literally is Super Satan. And,
That's a Ghost Rider
and
villain.
she's got a frigging armor suit, which wouldn't even work against 99% of what even somebody working for Mephisto could do. But you know why they did that?
But they went to Wakanda and got the magic metal.
Do you know why they did it?
I don't care.
Because
honestly.
Iron Man's villain was originally in the comic book, the Mandarin, a magic villain. No, she's just a knockoff Iron Man. They gave her a magic villain because Iron Man's main villain was a magic villain. She's a knockoff. Worst of all, her ugly-ass Wakanda armor at least looked less like Iron Man armor. This one looks even more like Iron Man armor. And then she even had the nerve to say these lines. In that trailer, she says, you managed to build something like this with way less resources than Tony Stark. Bitch, Tony Stark built his armor in a cave from scrap metal while having a piece of shrapnel in his heart. No, you're not special. You're not smarter than him. He did build his with less. He had to build weapons for people while secretly building a power armor while keeping a metal shrapnel out of his heart with a magnet. You built yours at MIT, or no, worse, they actually managed to make Mary Willen worse. She's clearly a criminal. We saw her with all the stolen money. So guess what? They made the black character a criminal again. And working with the devil. No, unintentionally, obviously, I'm hoping. But yeah, so, it's stupid. It's freaking stupid. And every shot I see her, she's making faces like that too. Just, trying to look tough in every shot. I can swallow a lot. I can bite off a lot. What the hell are you? Oh, God. Where's Luke Cage, man? We just need to bring back Luke. Let's do full feature movie. Bring back Luke, man. Let's roll. Let's just stop this. Y'all embarrassing everybody. Luckily, it's going to cost them a bunch of money, and I do now actually finally take joy in seeing a company lose money. Disney can lose money, and I get happy. Because we need Disney to go broke. We do. If you ever want Disney to fix itself, it's proven that they won't do it until they can't afford to pay Bob Iger anymore. When they cut Bob Iger's check, they'll fix Disney. But it's got to get all the way up to Bob. Everybody else can be starving in the streets. He don't care. But when they tell him, we're not giving you a bonus this year, boy, we'll see we'll see a Blade Luke and revived T'Challa combo. You know, three-pack team, the Black Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Because they'd call it something lame like that. We would see that in a minute. We would see that like, you think I'm kidding? Bob ain't got no dignity. Don't be fooled by Bob. Bob ain't got any dignity. Cut his check and watch how this stuff change.
All right. Speaking of checks,
they'll have Iron Man Rescue Riri. They'll have Riri, help me. Don't worry, I'm here.
All right. Stark. Screw anything. All right. Now, speaking of checks, like I was saying, we can check in on Thunderbolts.
Break
300? 325 million.
Uh-oh, you in trouble, man. You claimed it's going to hit 5.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a long way away from 5, man.
I mean, it's during the first month still, man.
You think they're going to double their money? Okay, Bloodaxe, help me out here.
They don't have to double the money. They only have to do another 175 million.
Go ahead, Blood. Yeah, give
After 4 weeks, you got 325? You think you're going to do another 175 in the next 4 weeks?
You forget.
No.
Marvel movies are in theaters for at least 8 weeks.
Yeah, but they ain't enough dumb people to fork out another 175 million to go watch that movie.
I mean, that still will require them to make like 60% of what they made so far before it goes out of theaters. Here's a question. Well, no, it had to have a huge drop-off because it started strong. It actually started with a decent amount, so this is a big drop-off, isn't it? Like, that seems
domestic
like
was 70-something million. Globally is like 120, I think it was.
Yeah,
so,
like, it did not do very well. It got a big drop-off, apparently.
So if it started off at 75 million domestic opening, domestically it's 155. So they barely doubled the opening weekend in 3 more weeks.
Yeah.
That's diminishing returns.
Been
I
2
don't
weeks,
see it getting
right?
500.
Been 3 or 2? 2. Right. Maybe 3.
What's his release date? May 2nd?
Yeah, so.
We're on our 3rd week. This is the 3rd week. But this is the end of the 3rd week, just about. Very close to the end of the 3rd week. I don't believe they're going to pull in another 175 just because of movie drop-off. I get you, man. I don't give up either. I like that about you. You're not a quitter.
I'm still aiming for
my...
but I think it did better than what I think, because I think you said 300 million, right?
I did.
He said 300. I said 400.
Yeah.
We went 3, 4, 5, and I'm worried about hitting my 4. That's why I'm laughing at you. I'm over here thinking, like, I think it's Bloodaxe.
Oh, it easily hit 4.
Well, it broke 3. It did break 3.
Yeah.
But I'm fair. If it doesn't get past the halfway point to 4, I'll call it Blood's win. I'll round down. But if it gets 351, it's my win.
I think it'll get it close to 5.
53% second weekend drop off.
That's not as bad as a lot of
7
Disney
days
stuff.
ago. Yeah, but that was the first weekend. It got that. The second weekend it got the drop off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not as bad as
You know what? Yeah, you know what? Let's play along. You're still in this, man.
I am still in this, man. I am sure I am still in this. Yeah, you can. But I think I'm good, man. I think I'm good.
What new movies are coming out? Let's see.
Nothing.
Mission Impossible. That's going to take a lot away from anybody going to
the
see.
movies after we saw Minecraft. Then I said, go look at what's out, and we went out for like yogurt.
Oh shit! You know what's coming up next? Other than Mission Impossible is How to Train Your Dragon.
Like I said,
that's going to take a lot of seats away from anybody going to watch anything Marvel.
We hit Fitz Drinks. They got really good floats. We hit that today. We've been eating out. So they're going to make us fat with how bad the movies options are. We go out to eat instead of going to the movies. And because we saw the only movie that was kind of funny. And I will say Minecraft made me laugh. I mean, bad movie made me laugh, but that's still a movie. And I went expecting a bad movie.
A lot of people have talked good about Minecraft, man.
No, yeah. Dude, what's good about it is it's a bad movie, though. But is it a good movie by storyboard? I was like, no, but it's funny. Now, is it the best Jack Black movie I've ever seen? Hell no. Not even close.
Now, speaking of Warner Brothers, game revenue drops 48% in Q1. Now, this is where we finally get to see some of these numbers for Suicide Squad, and where they finally admit the Suicide Squad bombed. It took them this long.
The Suicide Squad killed the studio.
Yeah.
Hey, man, they lived up to the name. I wonder. Now, here's a question. You know what? Let's have fun.
Now, they did highlight that a Minecraft movie, which has grossed almost $900 million and goes box office. So they're.
That's why Warner Brothers isn't going under. But it's not the gaming studio.
And they say that Hogwarts and Mortal Kombat 1 continue to accumulate revenue.
What? How could Hogwarts? But you know, it's I don't remember the word. It's against stuff.
Yeah. It's like, we made a woke game, and our non-woke game is keeping us alive.
Rollins rolling in it. They're paying her for every game. She's sitting there counting that money going,
oh.
She's probably counting her money on top of a poster of Suicide Squad. I would literally take the Suicide Squad and put it on the table and then just count my Hogwarts bucks. You know, what is UK money? I don't even know what UK money is called.
Pounds.
Shillings.
Euros.
Doubloons. Euros. I'd be counting euros on top of the Suicide Squad. I'd have the DLC characters and be putting the money on top of their face going, you made me this first 100 million. Because that's all I wanted to do with a real quick, fun joke. Because we're passing through a few topics here. Which character do you think killed Suicide Squad? Do you remember those bad DLCs? Now, because remember, they did Joker. They did Mrs. Freeze. They did female Deadshot. and I think there were others, but it was so bad I don't even remember the others. Obviously, I want to call before y'all say anything. I think Miss Freeze was the last straw. That character was so bad. Though some Joker fans, some people really, really checked out on the Joker. Some people really checked out on the Joker. But I think that Freeze was a step too far. I think Freeze killed it. I believe Deadshot was just like that final, kill shooter, whatever her name is, was like just the cherry. But I think that it was definitely destroyed by Freeze. It was so, and then just literally all of her armors were just flags. Like, it was so over the top ridiculous that I just said, wow, they're not even trying. Like, this is just like, they might as well have just had her out of armor that said vote Kamala. Like, they were just really political. And I don't care about their political views. Everybody has a right to their view, but don't be political. I would be just as annoyed if, like, Helldivers put in a vote MAGA flag. I'd be like, man, F you. Nobody wants to see that bull crap. That's, but they were really blatant. Like, they just went over the top political with that character. Where it's like when they just pulled the mask off and said, we're not making money. This game's dead. Let's just go all in. I mean, literally, she had, like, more flag variant armors than she did regular variants.
Apparently, the most beloved characters in the game were Captain Boomerang and Deadshot.
Well, yeah. Deadshot's my boy. And I do like Black Deadshot. I won't lie. I like Will Smith. I kind of like the way they did him. I mean, his introduction in the universe was stupid. And Captain Boomerang was what you'd expect, dude. He's like a... Oh, God.
Get my bullet out of your mouth.
Yeah. I forgot the guy with the cyber eye in Mortal Kombat. My brain is just Kano. He's like Kano. You like him. He was an a-hole, but he's a funny Aussie a-hole. But yeah, like I believe and the problem is that we all are so like think so much alike. I notice no one's arguing with me. We're all I think we all believe it's Freeze, right? Oh, that's what killed this game. That was like the final straw.
I remember the backlash, and it wasn't the only backlash. I mean, there's backlash before that. Honestly, I'll say she was the final straw. I don't think she's what killed the game. I think the game was dead before Freeze even.
They got a decent comeback when Joker came out. It died fast because it was crap. But when Freeze came out, I don't even think there was a comeback. A lot of people just said, I'm not even doing it. And that's what I think hit was that they released a character and people just said, hell no. And it's a shame because I love Victor Freeze. He's an interesting anti-villain. And they really dropped the ball. I think that game, let me put it like this. I think proper Victor Freeze, the really good one from the Batman series, or even from the Arkham series, he was really well done, would have actually revitalized this game a decent bit. Would it have saved it? I don't know. But would it have been a nice... No, dude, you don't underestimate him, dude. People loved him in Arkham.
Yes, and I'm not arguing that with you. My point would be is the game was trash to begin with. I don't care how good of characters or design that you make, you're not going to salvage a shitty game.
Now, you're right, because I am also assuming in my mind, I'm putting him in, and he uses his damn freeze gun. I'm sorry. I got to put that in. Because the fact that also the freeze character was still using shotguns and sniper rifles.
I think the game was dead before that.
No, you're right, because that was stupid.
Agree, yeah, absolutely.
It was dumb when they said, I'm Killer Shark. I get to play Killer Shark. You know what I want to do with Killer Shark? Shoot a gun.
Bite people's head off?
No, shoot people.
No, bite people's head off. That's the only thing you should do with it.
I'm playing as Harley Quinn. I wonder what all kind of cool Joker weapons I'm gonna have.
What's the gun? The new Doom Dark Ages thing? Tear and rip and tear. Yeah, that should be what you do with
yeah. And we're not even gonna go into the fact that with your damn weapons in your name, Captain Mother Flippin'. I don't know how many F songs we've got yet. Boomerang. Was not. I don't want to shoot a gun. I want to have 9 different boomerang. I want to upgrade my boomerang, customize it. Why couldn't I have a poison boomerang and a freeze boomerang, or even better, a boomerang that imitates
then they would have had to have actually made a proper game instead of just a skin covered.
Imagine if you could have fought Green Lantern with a yellow boomerang. Come on, it writes itself.
Like I said,
Yellow Boomerang.
You're acting like they made a proper game to begin with, and we all know they didn't.
Kryptonite Boomerang.
So I mean, you can throw out all these ideas and things you would have liked to have seen. It wasn't ever going to happen.
No, it was a shooter. It was a shooter with
They thought that Suicide Squad was an IP that they could do a cash grab on, and they failed miserably.
They didn't even make it a superhero game.
So now, they're going to make sure to only use IPs that they know they can do cash grabs on. That's what they said. We're focusing on our game businesses around 4 tentpole franchises that have each generated over $1 billion in customer sales in the past years. Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, Mortal Kombat, and DC, particularly top-tier characters like Batman. So now they're going to ruin everything else.
Well, no, because they did at least say Batman. Because they've ruined everything else in Batman. Remember, they did Arkham Knights.
Yeah.
So at this point, hopefully they know we want Batman in our Batman game. But these idiots are so dumb that when they say DC, they're going to put out a Teen Titan games and base it on the damn live action show. That is how dumb they are. They're like, we're making a Teen Titan games. People be like, oh, yeah, man. Teen Titans. All right, I got Cyborg, man. Who you going to play as? And then it's like, oh, it's Stripper, Starfire, and angsty everyone else. And no, I don't even know if Cyborg ever made it into the show. And, yeah, Asian Beast Boy.
And Beta Robin.
I'm getting sad just saying what they did to that show.
I think they did get. Cyborg eventually.
God, I don't know if I want to see what they did to my boy. Look how they massacred my boy.
I think he was crying a lot.
The rope. Oh wait, no, that makes sense. They're scared of black men. Of course, he had to cry. They have barely starred a black guy recently that isn't either gay, cries, or both. Doctor Who. That's not what I'm referencing. And Amazon, Tomb Raider, and everything. So I forgot. We can't be scary. We scare them when we don't cry.
Cyborg isn't in Titans, apparently.
Yes! Good news for the day. Booyah! All right.
For a Suicide Squad game, if they would take a page from the old Marvel Ultimate Alliance and actually do a Suicide Squad that way, that would be fun. Have an online co-op where you're doing a beat 'em up with Suicide Squad.
I'd rather do the Teen Titans, honestly. Well, the Titans. Take it. I don't. The good ones.
Oh wait,
bring them
it
in
says
too.
yes. Cyborg appears in DC superhero television series Titans. So he wasn't originally in it. He showed up later. He's a main character and a key member of the Titans team. No.
No, they say he voices them, which means they're playing the animated show, not the live action. Let's just take the victory and say he doesn't. Please don't take this from me, man. I don't need him in that.
The Titans Universe Cyborg is a main cast member of the Doom Patrol show, so that's
well, I heard Doom Patrol wasn't too bad. Maybe they didn't do him too wrong.
That's right. He was in Doom Patrol.
Yeah. You know what? It's better than him being in Titans. I'll take Doom Patrol if I have to. I'll do that. Sure. Take what you can get sometimes, man.
All right, whatever. It was a bad show.
But anyway, though, Warner Brothers would literally base it on that. That's how dumb they are. So,
yeah. Well, they're losing money, man. I mean, let's see if they realize why they're losing money before Disney realizes why they're losing money. Let's see which one realizes first.
Bob Iger got to get his check cut. I know the requirement now. Bob says, I'm riding this until it affects me. It ain't affecting him until it gets to the top.
Bob Iger is going to retire again before they realize what they're doing wrong.
Oh, no, he's probably going to get out and leave them on fire. You know, he's going to do the famous throw kerosene in your office, toss a match, and walk out. That's the Bob Iger. His next retirement, Disney is going to literally be on fire when he leaves, man.
Yeah. Now, additionally, we did get a new Superman trailer this week as well.
Yeah, I'm curious about you guys' opinion on it. I don't know.
I thought the first trailer showed me interest. I had interest. The second trailer, man, I'm getting tired of everybody's against Superman because he saved lives, or because it's
Also,
seems
weirdly
like,
not scared of him.
yeah. And I mean, it just seems like this has already been done for one, and
It's like, what? How dare you save lives and stop a war? It's like,
and then like you obviously have people who you can look at and go, that dude's evil, but we're gonna hire him to stop Superman because we think Superman's evil. Like,
hey, let's hire the bald psycho. Yeah, that's
the
not
bald psycho, the lady in black spandex and spikes all over her.
Isn't that supposed to be his android butler? But I don't know, because I think she's doing nanotech, but I can't tell. Yeah, let's take down Superman so that we can die the next time, Darkseid shows up or any of the other normal world threats that happen. We don't want to have Superman around when the next, nuclear, holocaust or meteorite or whatever happens. I mean, they live in a world where horrible, overpowered supervillains show up.
I mean, this world seems so stupid. I mean, you'd almost think they'd look at this and go, look, Superman's grabbing a little girl.
They're probably that stupid, yeah. Dude, to put
He's
it
kidnapping her, look.
I mean, it is an annoying point, because here's my thing. My problem is I look at things from a realistic oversight. It's like how I felt about how I used to argue about Brotherhood of Steel. How everybody's like, the Brotherhood of Steel, or this, and this, and this, and this. And I'm like, you're in an apocalyptic scenario where humanity is very likely to go extinct. Maybe you need to do a chill pill, because anybody that's shooting super mutants and Deathclaws and Raiders, they're okay in my book. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. I'm like, please get rid of the things that are killing us. Thank you.
That, and I will say, I've always enjoyed a bit older Lex Luthor and a little more serious Lex Luthor.
Yeah. This one seems like he's not playing it goofy, but he is young. But I think he's doing fine. I actually don't mind the Lex. My only problem is what you said is that it's so obviously evil that you're just like, you guys don't need to listen to the guy who's clearly insane. Like, there's some point you got to be able to go like, yeah, nah, man. Like, that dude's a villain. Like, you probably shouldn't take his advice.
Yeah.
But the part that bothered me the most really was just them throwing the can at him and me thinking, he looked really pissed. I wouldn't throw crap at him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I mean, that's when he just turns around and that guy's just gone. And everybody goes, you know what? That's fair. Like, that was really stupid. I wouldn't even mourn that person. I'd just be like, no, that's about right. No, like, self-defense. God, they picked the dorkiest Green Lantern, though. I don't know what they were going with,
but
that.
I mean, it's Nathan Fillion.
Yes, it is. I mean, no, it's comic book accurate.
Also, the actor. I love, Firefly, man.
Of course, what confuses me is it looks like they're involved in the war now. So why is everybody yelling at Superman? It looks like, I don't know. I got a feeling that the story of this one's going to be really stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, too. I'm a bit of a jackass. I never thought DC stories were that great. I would really rather see Superman just fight Darkseid or Doomsday for like an hour and a half. I don't really care about any of that, if I'm honest. Also, I really don't. I just don't. I really don't. When they try to do the drama, I'm just like, are you kidding me? Really? Like, he's being really nice.
Yeah, those people are good people. You can tell.
Yeah.
Look at them.
Yeah, this don't look shady at all. These clearly are the good guys. By the way, in a world that has supervillains, I want to emphasize that, Bloodaxe. In a world where supervillains are a thing, those are two supervillains and a lackey. Like, that's not even subtle. Dude shows up dressed like that, you ought to immediately go, well, no, that's clearly not okay. We need to do something. That's not okay. That looks like the guy that killed my grandfather in that bank robbery like a month ago, because, That happens because supervillains.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things of, yeah, in this world, the only person who wears black, I think, that's not like a criminal is Batman.
And he is. He's a vigilante.
And he's shady.
I mean, well, yeah.
He's technically a criminal.
Well, in that case, I mean, yeah, so is Superman. But
not to the chair Batman is. Batman is committing some very violent assaults.
That is true.
Batman is the only interesting character in DC as far as I'm concerned, because, you know, at least with the Marvel heroes, they all have their flaws. But Superman's perfect. You know, it's kind of hard to make a movie to where you emphasize with
Superman.
That's why we get these bad movies, is because they're all trying to do the flawed Superman thing. And
honestly, I don't want it. I agree. I don't like flawed Superman because it's not the concept. And honestly, like I said, non-flawed Superman is kind of a problem, yeah. Like, but then they don't treat that appropriately because I would not piss off non-flawed Superman. Like, he is kind of like look right here. He's being nice. Come on, dude. He's being nice. I don't see kryptonite. You see kryptonite? I don't see kryptonite. He's being nice. If I don't see kryptonite, like, duct tape to his forehead, he's effing around.
So here's my thing, man. I mean, and this was the classic Superman story, and I guess that's really what I want to see when I watch Superman, is you have Superman who balances a life of normalcy versus, you know, saving people until the big baddie comes around, you know. And then, of course, he no longer can juggle that life because he has to.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we already know the plot of the movie. Superman, how dare you do that? Yeah, arrest Superman. Oh, crap, we forgot why we needed Superman. Here's a horrible thing happening. Yeah. Oh, no, it's literally the people we sent to get Superman? Who could have seen that coming? I mean, these guys, bad.
Because, I mean, it's sort of like Spider-Man as well. You know, Spider-Man does his everyday life, you know. You have people that are pro him, and you have people that are against him. The cops really don't do much because what can they do? You know?
I mean, they can't really. I mean, how much energy are you going to spend trying to catch a guy you're not going to catch?
Yeah.
And you don't want to kill him because he ain't doing nothing that requires that.
Yeah. And you live in a world with supervillains, so having him around is not necessarily a bad thing.
He's doing our job and he's breaking the law. Scorpions loose on West Street. All right, everybody. We didn't see crap.
Yeah. You know.
Oh, no, that Spider-Man must have handled it. Oh, we were just too late. Why does he have a copy? Why does Spider-Man have a box of donuts and a coffee? No idea. We don't know where he got that from. Yeah. I mean, if I live in a universe with that, I mean, while I would want something more organized, I get that. I like it when they actually approach it from the idea of, hey, can we get something more organized than just random super beings doing what they want?
Yeah,
but that doesn't lead to make them hostile. Because I'm assuming in this universe, Zod has appeared once or twice, so they know how bad it can get. Like, they should know, like, we don't want two Zods.
Well, that's why it was always interesting with, once again, we go back to Batman. I mean, Batman actually did play, you know, fair with the cops sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, they'd turn around and be stupid eventually, or they'd get us really strict.
Didn't take a lot for them to go, now we got to take down Batman.
But a lot of times, yeah, he was playing friendly with the cops. I mean,
they're not stupid. I mean, they might have been like, hey, man, this vigilante, the Joker was going to murder everyone in the city with gas bombs. You stopped him. Well, I can't approve of that, so I hope you don't disappear while my back is turned. Yes, sir. The real secret of how Batman snuck off, because Commissioner Ward would be like, now, you know we need to talk. Oh, no, my phone. Gone yet? It's like I said about Brotherhood of Steel. They want all the tech. What are they going to do with it? Fight the super mutants and monsters. Oh. I ain't going out there. Did you see what they did at Big Mount? Big Town? Oh, God, no. Yeah. So, you know. Now, that's different, though. The Fallout shows Brotherhood of Steel is a bunch of idiots. But, you know, but it's still a good show. But my goodness, they're dumb. They are so dumb. But I get they had to do that because it's really hard to vilify a military force that does what they do. It is. You're like, yeah, they're not good guys, but they're not the bad guys. That's the key. They're not the bad. The bad guys are the Raiders and the Super Mutants and Deathclaws and Feral Ghouls and Rad Scorpions.
When's season 2 coming out for Fallout?
And the Enclave.
Fallout.
I don't know, but looking forward to it though.
Yeah, it's supposed to be coming out soon, I think.
Does Netflix have a good? Is that Netflix? No, it's Amazon, isn't it?
Amazon.
Yeah, it's Amazon.
Do
One
they
of the
have
few
a good
things actually
history
that's
with season
okay.
twos? I don't know if I've ever seen one of their shows in season 2 because their shows are usually so awful. Like, what is their
Let's
history
see,
for
Fallout
season
Not
season
good.
2.
They killed Carnival Row in season 2.
2? Yeah, I remember you saying
December 2025.
that. Hey, there we go, guys. We'll be covering that then. All right. Enough beating up on DC. We got to sidetrack. I mean, Warner's doing a good enough job of beating the crap out of DC on its own. They don't need our help. Like,
Oh, well,
What else can we beat up on?
Nintendo.
oh, the
Perfect.
big one. It's time to talk about this.
PC
About the
Gamer
brick?
says PC gaming remains undefeated, as Nintendo now says it has the right to brick your Switch if it thinks you're pirating games or modifying the console.
Yes, you don't own your Switch now either.
Yeah, you do
The
something
new
we don't
rule
like
says
with
you
it,
don't own your Switch.
we can brick it.
So not only do you not own your games, which we might want to talk about that too with the whole thing with Doom about the physical copy, but now you don't own your console. Like, we can brick your console, your property. We can do this equivalent of walking in your house, taking a hammer, breaking your Switch, looking at you and going, take that, and walking out of your house. I don't know how that's even legal.
Yeah, the restrictions and questions are that you may not publish, copy, modify, reverse engineer, lease, rent, decompile, disassemble, distribute, offer for sale, or create derivative works of any portion of the Nintendo account services.
No, today even said disassemble, so you can't repair. You can't put decal. Dude, that reads so strict, I don't think you can put decal stickers on the dang thing. Unless they're official Nintendo brand decals. What? I mean, dude, look at that. That is insane. That is one of the biggest windows of you can't do anything. And then there's more. That isn't all of it. Then
And
it's
like the
bypass
lease or
modifier.
rent. I mean, like if I let you borrow my,
Yep.
you know.
If I gave you $20, then they're allowed to brick your console.
No.
That's the thing. How do they
No,
know if
no.
there's even
So-
money transferred? If I just loan you my thing, I guess if you log in with a different account, and then I take it back and I log back in with my account, that would look like I might have leased or rented.
Oh, no. You don't have to get it back.
No,
You can't
it's
sell
worse
it
than
either.
that. So,
No, you can't even
So the-
offer for sale. You can tell me, do you want to buy my Switch, and they can brick it. Go ahead, Bloodaxe, because you actually own one.
but no, I mean, just like these teenage party buses that have like Switches and Xboxes and PlayStations, you're going to put them out of business. So instead of them buying 10 Switches for their party bus, they're just not going to buy a Switch at all because, heaven forbid, you have a bunch of kids playing Mario Kart together. Now they're going to have to be playing Xbox or PlayStation, or better yet, they'll and buy a bunch of gaming PCs and let them play that. Which is absolutely ridiculous. Why would you want to limit your ability to sell your product? It's for entertainment purposes. And Mario Party and Mario Kart and Smash Bros. Are huge for birthday parties because you get together with your friends and beat the crap out of each other on TV.
Better be careful how you do it.
That's ridiculous.
Better be careful how you do it now. I don't like that exploit the Nintendo account service in any manner other than in accordance with the applicable documentation and intended use. That's that kind of verbiage that you can bullcrap anything under. You know, I've been around long enough to know a real blanket statement. That last one's real blanket. That feels like that's real small printy. But apparently, now how does this bricking work? You're the tech guy. I heard it supposedly breaks it. How does this work?
I mean, I don't know exactly how it works. I mean, basically, if you're connected to theirs, I mean, they could send a signal when you're connected online to shut down your your hardware and it'll lock your hardware out.
And it's one thing if they want to kick you out of your account. That's a normal risk that you get banned. But your physical property, I ain't gonna lie, dude. This is another one of those I'm gonna set your building on fire. You know, I take it personal. You take my stuff. You don't do me like that. We got a problem. And if you break my console, like break it, I'm gonna be like, yo, you need to get my money back. Because there's one thing you want to say, I can't be on your stupid Nintendo network. Okay, that's an online service. Destroying my property I paid for?
Well, even then, I mean,
I don't think this will fly in court.
I don't even know. I mean, without their services, that may be all they're doing. Because I mean, I don't know if the console even work without their services.
You think it's got to be online to do? Well, I mean, this is literally what it's been.
Well, because every time I turn my Switch on, it logs in, dude.
That's kind of the point I was going to make too. Is that it's very clear. Why did Nintendo do so much of this at once? Because they just went full. Like heel turn, man, evil. Like they went for, we're jacking up prices. Our new system is crap. It's not got any specs on it that are worth a dang. We're jacking up, we're more prices. We're charging you more for even asking for a physical copy. And we've just learned, we'll use this as a segue in a sec, that if you buy the physical copy, that don't mean nothing. Because I bet you the physical copy won't work unless you're logged into the network. But they're still charging you $10 more for it. And then they turn around and say, and we're making our
we're
EULA.
We're not done with Nintendo, so you don't want to segue to that yet.
Okay, we'll have more fun picking on them. But, and their EULA is one of the worst EULAs I've seen in a while. And I've seen some pretty stupid EULAs, but this one where our EULA now says we can break your console. Like, Nintendo went, like, weird police state crazy all of a sudden. It's a trash fire. And the second they break a single console, it's going to be a fiasco.
Well, I mean,
doesn't even matter if it's justified. It is going to be a fiasco.
We know Nintendo is not afraid to play dirty. I mean, we already
saw what happened in Power World, right?
What's that?
Y'all saw the updates with the Power World lawsuit, right?
There's been so many.
I mean, people are petitioning for Nintendo to drop Power World lawsuit. I don't think that ever happened.
Not after what they're doing with their friggin' EULA.
Yeah.
so now apparently you can't have a game where you throw a ball because now that's copyright infringement for
apparently
Pokemon.
gliding.
Worse.
Gliding,
yeah. Riding a mount. Gliding on a mount is apparently something Nintendo invented.
Yeah. And the thing is, they keep filing for these patents after this game has already been released. They'll file for the patent and then they'll file the lawsuit. Like right after.
They're literally going, what's in their game? Let's claim that and file a lawsuit. And now they're trying to push a lawsuit in America. It looks like they're leaning toward opening another lawsuit in the U.S. as well. So they're just, honestly, oh my God. That's what happened. Oh my God, that's what happened.
What?
They started screwing with Power World. Everyone got mad at them. And they said, okay, bitch, we'll show you. This was their heel turn. It started with Power World. They put this lawsuit on Power World, and it didn't fly with people. A lot of the customers said, hey, that's not cool. And Nintendo said, we'll show you not cool. We'll burn this whole thing to the... Oh, my God. Do you think is Kathleen Kennedy working at Nintendo?
I think you're jumping to conclusions is what I think. I don't think.
Well, no, I think his stance is there's not enough of a backlash to affect us financially, so let's see how far we can stretch it and still be able to make money.
I think it's just greed, man.
I'm not even going to give him that much respect. Petty, childish. It's the
Jealous.
Kennedy strategy. Burn it down.
This Power World was a fun game.
Yeah.
Now it's a shell of what it was.
Now they're mad, though, because people enjoyed it. And then people didn't support them when they tried to sue. So now they're going to punish you. This is a punishment. They're like, we'll show you. Dude, they went full psycho legal.
I agree they went full psycho legal. I'm just saying, I don't think that's a punishment for this.
I do. Chicken with it, I like it.
I don't think that.
I believe we're seeing the turn.
Yeah, it's like Illuminati bullshit.
I have altered the deal. No, it's Star Wars. I've altered the deal. Pray I do not alter it again. They're going full evil hat. They're mad. And so they're like, we'll show you how bad we can be. And they don't realize it's like, we'll show you what happens, Disney Junior. You're about to be the second Disney.
About to be the next Bud Light.
Let's be real, dude. Their games aren't that good. They got like a couple of unique franchises, but not a lot.
Well, like I said, I thought about buying one, dude. I'll be honest. I enjoy JRPGs, and they were my main source for JRPGs.
Until now.
But then I looked at most of their JRPGs, and they are actually releasing most of them on PC now.
And a lot of really good new creators are on PC, dude. We've looked through a list of really good JRPGs and games, and they're hitting PC first.
So
because you can't get half of them to work, the really good ones, the newer ones. I doubt can Expedition 33 play on a freaking Switch?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably.
No, I don't care. I'm having on my Xbox playing it, so to hell with the Switch.
Where the Winds Meet would set that sucker on fire, though. Thing would be smoking.
But I mean, right now, Expedition 33, I think, is an Xbox exclusive.
It's not on PC? That's surprising.
Oh, well, PC and Xbox. Man. When I say Xbox
exclusive,
I mean, I include
console.
PC.
You're meaning the console that it's on. But yeah, and honestly, the new Switch's version of Elden Ring didn't look that great to me. So it's you know what? I've been done with them for a long time. I only come back for Smash Brothers. I don't think they're making another one. I mean, they put every dang character in the world on there, and the guy who made it really seemed to be like, I'm done. They'll port it over probably. I don't think they're making a new one. So, and if they do make a Smash Brothers, I won't play it because I thought about it. I don't want anybody to get their system bricked because if I borrow it or buy a used one, apparently Nintendo's going to brick the system. And then I've got to hurt somebody and I got to go to jail.
We don't know that. I mean, that was just
Here we do.
It was a stretch of what.
No, Quinn will hurt somebody. We do know that for a fact.
Yeah, I don't mess with my money.
That wasn't what I was talking about. I was talking about the them bricking.
I know he's been funny, but he's also.
I know I was doing a bit.
All right. Speaking of bits,
poor little heartbroken Xeno. He wants to believe in him.
Doom Dark Ages released this week, and
I played the first level.
Yay.
Yeah, I played the first level. Enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Got to keep at it, Bloodaxe. I haven't got there, but I hear it becomes the best Captain America game ever if you keep playing. Or I guess U.S. Agent.
Did you play it, Blood?
Dude, I've been so ingrained in Expedition 33 that I haven't even turned it on.
Oh, okay.
Which is sad because I'm a Doomaholic. I love Doom, and I played all of them. But it's finally interesting to have a game that has a story that I'm captivated by, and I'm not just going through to get the achievements. I'm actually enjoying the story. Now, I want to savor Doom, which is why I want to finish my other game first, because when I go into Doom, I'm not going to play anything else for a while.
Yeah. I will say Doom Dark Ages is also one of those games I would savor as well and not just rush through. It they are doing a story, finding the secrets in the levels are also, still a thing.
Sure. I always have been.
And I will say the gameplay is fun. I did enjoy the system. It's not over complex. I figured Q would like it just because the shotgun feels really good.
I'm leveling the shotgun. I'm not leveling anything else but the shield and the shotgun. I'm going full melee and shotgun.
I mean, the shotgun does feel good.
And I mean, how many games do I get it where my gameplay loop, even on the first level, is already shotgun, uppercut, shotgun, backhand, shotgun, boot, shotgun. I tried out the other weapon, immediately screwed up, went back to shotgun.
I did too. I tried the other weapon. I was like, oh, okay, it's shotgun.
And dude, that shield bash feels good, and that's upgraded. I'm really wanting to see what it's going to get into later. Like, once I get out of the beta, I'm for Winter Winds Meet, I'm definitely going directly back to Doom Dark Ages.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like I said, fun game, enjoy
you played it so far, huh? Okay.
Huh?
So, are you a Doom guy from back in the day, or are you just picking it up new?
No. This is my first Doom since the original Doom.
Okay, because I played all the other ones, and it was kind of dead for a while, but the past two I really enjoyed, and so I'm hoping that this one kind of continues with that mold. But uh, as long as I don't have to do PvP, I'm fine with it because I don't have enough time to play PvP well. But I do like
PvP doesn't
searching
exist in
every
Doom
nook and
Dark
cranny for
Ages.
collectibles and all the Easter eggs, and I'm assuming there's plenty of those in Dark Ages as well.
Yeah.
And they made it more viable to find them. It's not nearly the like rain like difficulty because man, they were hiding the heck out of them in the previous games.
Yeah, I will say. I
Oh
mean,
hell yeah!
on this one, you just got to, if you see an opening on a cliff that's been fenced off, you should probably look down and see,
And you can replay a level, so
yeah,
you can go back. But yeah, like their map will actually show you a lot of times when you've gotten close to one. So that helps because I know I wasn't even going to look for secrets until that feature show because I remember some of the like last games like, oh, jump, go all the way back to the beginning of the level and up and then do all this platforming. And then you get to this and it's a doll.
I am curious. I did notice the first level I was able to get all the secrets.
Me too.
Where some of the previous games made you get certain things and then go back and replay the level. I'm hoping they don't do that. I'm hoping
I ain't got time for that. Yeah,
I don't have to go back to find the secrets.
Rip and tear, man. Rip and tear. I'm here to rip and tear.
It seems like that's what they're really focusing on is the rip and tear. So, yeah, it's enjoyable. I do suggest a play.
I have heard some fans who played this one that are big fans of Doom literally say they hope they make him a playable character in future Dooms because that's how much they're enjoying his specific gameplay. That the people are going like, dude, that would be kind of cool if you had like if they do different iterations and you could pick your, Doom character, like you want the more agile one from the last game, and honestly, I'm gonna go. We know me, man, melee, and that shotgun. Oh, it's a juicy shotgun.
So what you're saying is, not only can you pick your own player, hopefully in the future, but what about like a co-op where you have your different Slayer types, where you have like one artillery, one that's agile and then dexterous, and one that like just does nothing but BFG or miniguns. That would be kind of cool if you have like a 3-person co-op campaign to where you pick different Doom Slayer types. That would be pretty badass.
Co-op Doom player in the future, maybe.
So yeah. Next Doom Parallel Worlds or Doom Time Jumper or something.
But if they don't allow you, but if you only get to pick one of each iteration, we're gonna have to flip a coin or fist fight
Doom
over Dark
eras.
You'd probably be willing to play the other Doom guy. You like the higher speed, I bet. But I like the walking tank, man. He feels heavy. He feels like a space marine, dude. He has got weight.
I will say, yeah, I think you are right. It would be hard to not, too many people would like the Dark Ages Doom.
I know how they say Space Marines too. Crossover. Doom guy. What? There's demons. There's demons in Space Marines too. There's demons.
Yeah.
Doom guy would tear up some chaos. Ooh.
You put this Doom guy here, though. I mean, with the shield and the shotgun like that, man, and you could put him in Smash Brothers.
They did put in like the Monster Hunter. Smash had every character. That's why I don't think they're gonna make another one. Who do you put it in?
You put Dark Ages Doom guy
because they were literally putting in random characters that people were going like.
Yeah.
You picked a character from a JRPG that didn't come to America. You know what I'm saying? You're like, is there an English version of that? I don't even know.
They'll make another Smash Bros. I'll bet you money they'll make another one for the Switch too.
I mean, they're gonna have to copy this roster and then just start bringing in logos, like just random stuff.
Well, I mean, they'll probably expand the roster even further and find some weird off the wall stuff you never heard of before. Well, you may have, but nobody else will have.
To finally be able to play.
But I mean, it's a money making cow. I mean, they're going to sell a crap ton of copies for Smash Bros, Mario Kart, and even Mario Party for those people that don't like the game but just want to goof off.
I'll tell you this. One thing is, I would be excited just because I'm 100% confident they would bring in Tears of the Kingdom Ganon, and that's the best Ganon. Tears of the Kingdom Ganon is the best Ganon. If you're a Ganon fan, that is a bad brother. Like, ooh, now that's a bad mofo. I want to play as Tears of the Kingdom Ganon. I'll be a Ganon main. I ain't gonna lie. I don't care if he's G tier. I'll play as Tears of the Kingdom Ganon. I'm down for that.
All right. Well, I think that's most of the main stories. We do have a couple little things. We did see GTA get delayed till next year. GTA 6.
We talked about that 2 weeks ago.
But it looks good. Yeah, we didn't do a show for Mother's Day, remember?
No, but we talked about it 2 weeks ago because we were talking about Borderlands 4 being moved up.
But I will say this. I've also seen more trailers, and it looks really good. It looks, graphically, it looks incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta say, this is not just the best-looking GTA. This is one of the best-looking modern games I've seen in a while. It looks really good. I don't know how it's gonna play. I don't really care for either of the main characters, but I'm going to lie. Maybe I'm just being racist. I'm a CJ main. The others were all right, but, CJ was my boy. But when will we get to make our own character?
I was about to say, I would like to either make my own character, or would GTA just give me an option of characters maybe and let me just pick one and stick with them? I'm not a big fan of, with the GTA 5 having the multiple characters.
And none of us
like one character,
And none of us believes that this couple's going to stay together in the game. We all see that coming. It's GTA. It never works out. We're all pretty confident that someone's going to betray somebody at the end of that game because it's GTA. Mm-hmm. So it's like no one's going to expect
Honestly,
it's going to work
GTA
out.
just works better with GTA may be one of the few games that works best without character creation because of the way they do their story.
True. But you can, like you say, have 2 or 3 characters. And it even gives replay value.
Yeah.
Gives replay value to the game.
But, because the GTA 3, GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas, those are all characters we know, we like, know, and it was enjoyable. Honestly, I didn't really care for any of the characters in GTA 5.
Nobody
and
really
then I had to play all 3 of them.
That sounded like it was painful. I couldn't do it. You want to know what this did do, though? I know I might not see it in my lifetime. I'm freaking 46 and I haven't done it, but how good this looks makes me go like, I really want a Bully too. I like Bully, and if they make it look like this, that would be an awesome freaking game. I honestly would like a Bully too. I would love to see Bully too at this quality level. Now, but yeah, if you were looking forward to GTA 6 this year, they hell no. They pushed that sucker back a lot. I think it's like they near 6 months. Like, it's a huge push. So don't expect GTA 6 anytime soon. I don't know if we had anything else that got delayed. Other atrocities in gaming, if you want to throw another one in. We got time to cover another atrocity? Let's see.
We'll do a quick mention. We've got...
It is the biggest.
Yeah. After raising over $800 million from its community, Star Citizens developers delays the release of a new ship upgrade as players balk at having to pay for it. Apparently, after being crowdfunded for over $800 million, now they're wanting to add in a cash-only store into the game is basically what it sounds like. Because the whole idea was of people supporting and buying these ships and stuff was the fact you could get the ship in game later on.
In theory. When the game releases.
But now they're like, oh, well, this ship you can't get unless you pay for it. And that's pissed a lot of people off. Once again, this is a 10-year project that's been
more
milking
than a 10-year.
13 years. 13 years it's been milking people for a game that is not released.
And I push forward as I guess my Illuminati theory about this is that they're never going to release it because if they release it, they have, according to our current person who was following it and invested in it, Jarek, he said that they have a lot of promises they made for the game they haven't fulfilled. And, yeah, why put the game out if you can just keep selling stuff to people? Why do these promises? They put the game out. They have
yes
to
and no. I
risk
mean, here's the
actually
thing,
being
and here's what
accountable.
he said, and you keep going the wrong direction with what he said. He said the original promises are already met. They just keep making more promises that are not met. So the thing is the whole fact of them not having met the promises, that's not necessarily true. They just keep making more.
To keep people struck. Well, that's to keep it in beta. Because you figured it out. Like, you brought it up, and then we put our heads together on it, and it came out. The real reason is that was kind of like we were talking about other games, is that you can't criticize a game in beta.
Well,
You
you-
really also can't criticize. I mean,
Yeah.
it's in beta. What do? Hey, man, this doesn't work. It's in beta. This doesn't really do too well.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
in
beta is a good excuse. I mean, Google played that game for a long time. I mean, how long was Gmail in beta? And we were using it for decades before it came out of beta. You know, it's like Google likes the beta game as well, but at least they're not taking your money.
But that's my
at the
point,
same
is that
time.
it's very clear that if they can make all of these new ships and stuff, that they can finish the game. In fact, according like you said, what Jarek said, then by that standard, the game is done. But they're keeping it in beta so that they don't have any real QA requirements to meet. They can put out whatever half-assery they want. And on top of that, they keep selling you more ships. But the main change, like he said, is now they're making them exclusive. So now they're selling ships that you can only buy with real money and will not be acquirable in game. So they're exclusive ships you're buying for a game that's not out. And they've already made 800 million, which that's enough to make a Concorde. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's enough to literally make a Concorde. That is a lot of money to make. I could make a Concorde money.
No, it's to make a Concorde and buy the studio because half of it was purchasing the studio. Remember?
Yeah, well, that's Concorde money. Like, that is enough money to make up for a Colossus of Concorde, and that's impressive. They have made all the monies, and they clearly aren't planning to finish this game. I believe they'll put it in beta. They'll take it out of beta when nobody's willing to spend money on it anymore, and they'll drop it on a sideways over here server and move on to the next thing.
Yeah. Last thing we got is Microsoft plans to lay off thousands more workers. This is not just their gaming department. This is across all departments. But I think it equals up to like 6,840 employees planning to be.
This job market,
Wow.
Jesus. These
So-
gaming companies and tech companies are just screwing the market, man. That's a lot of unemployed people. Now, they're probably all overseas because most of them outsource half of their crap, but still, that's a lot of unemployed people. Why are they doing it now? Now why? Like,
According to the report, let's see. Currently, no one employee count has risen and fallen. Let's see. It just says they're plans to lay them off. So,
fairly good bit of it is from the video game industry, according to there.
yeah. According to a message sent by staff at the time by Microsoft, head of game Phil Spencer, set priorities, identified areas of overlap, and ensured that we're all aligned on the best of.
I never heard no 30% overlap.
Well,
No, that's
and
too many.
that's across all departments. It's 3%.
Oh, excuse me, 3%. Yeah, but I'm sorry, just 6,000 is a really big number,
Yeah,
man.
they have a lot of employees.
There's some tech companies don't have more than 6,000 people. They're firing a whole small tech company worth of people. Hopefully they get together or something, because I don't know, man. It's just alarming when I see like the job market's about to have that many folks unemployed in it. It's a lot. Because I just don't know how that many people could turn around and immediately get a job. There's some people that are going to be hoes because you're competing with 5,999 other people. You know what I mean? That's pretty rough.
Yeah.
A whole lot of applications hitting the market at the same time ain't good in your field.
That is true. Hopefully, maybe a lot of them are nearing retirement, so maybe they won't be looking for another, or maybe I don't know.
It's wild, man.
Yeah.
But Microsoft's just been a shit show for a while anyway. So, like I said, I've become very.
Well, they're not done. They're not
They're
done.
not done. What else?
Oh no! I mean, you heard recently they finally got out of some lawsuit, and basically they said at the end, and now that the lawsuit's cleared, for the Monopoly stuff or the buying stuff and the games that they're not done.
They're gonna buy more games.
It's you don't really know.
How many people are gonna fire to do that? And then screw it up.
Well, they'll raise
because
the
they haven't
price of the
put out a
Xbox
good game.
console again.
I mean, who's made Expedition 33? Because, like, they haven't been doing anything with the stuff. I've been disappointed with almost everything they put out. And the ones that are, and like, the Expedition 33, I'm pretty sure wasn't one of their big studios. It's like you're getting the good games out of the smaller ones. Like, who made that one? Can you find out, Blood?
What are you looking for?
Which developer? So it's Kepler Interactive is the one that made Expedition 33, and they're out of London. So they're not even part of Microsoft.
So the best game we've gotten on Microsoft is not even one of their companies?
No, and it was actually released on PlayStation, Windows, and it's not on the Switch.
Well, of course not. The Switch is the Switch. You can't play it. I knew it. I stand by that. I didn't expect it to be able to run it. But
yeah, Sandfall Interactive was a developer. But yeah, this was all over in Europe, and just reading the names, Guillaume and Francois and Michael. So this is probably made in France. Because there's a lot of French influences in the game.
See, that is bad. What I'm saying though. It's like they're not doing anything with the stuff they own. Their Call of Duty was considered trash. I was getting my hair cut with my barber, and his son was there, and he's a big Call of Duty guy, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, this is the worst Call of Duty ever. Like this is the worst of the Call of Duties for a long time. Like people are rolling back." So like somehow everything they're buying, they're putting out like the worst games that studio has put out in a long time. That's bad. That's really bad.
What's the cost for Expedition 33?
Nowhere near what they probably spent on Avowed.
It's a $32 game. Oh no, it's a $50 game at launch.
Yeah,
and it plays better than most AAA games does today.
Yeah, and you know most games are 70, so yeah, that's significantly less. You know, a decent bit less.
And the fact that it's only a $50 game, and I would have paid $60 for a game like this. I mean, I've had a blast playing it.
I don't think it's going to be Game of the Year unless something really pops off. I've been hearing a lot of rumblings of Game of the Year. Now, Split Story's still out there, but I seem to be getting a lot more hype for Expedition 33 than Split Story. Like, more people, let me say that. Of the people I know, more people have been singing the praise of that one versus... But Split Story did really good, so, you know.
Actually, one of my doctors is playing that right now, and he was telling me about how he's been enjoying it. So,
so it's going to probably be a showdown between the two, I'd imagine.
Let's see. Split Story.
Split Story is going to beat those numbers on PC. Mind you, Split Story isn't on Xbox. I thought it was called Split Story. Is it not called Split Story?
No, I'm thinking Split Faction. Split Faction?
What's the name of that game then? Split Fiction. Split Fiction. There it is.
Split Fiction. Yeah, no, that was on console, I think.
Oh wow, though, but look at the drop off. Dang. You know what? I thought it was mostly hype. I really did. I'm going to be honest. Now, I don't know when it came out. Maybe it came out long enough ago that's why, but I thought it was kind of hype, if I'm being real. I didn't. I thought it was
only came out in March.
So just 2 months ago.
What, Split Fiction was back in March?
No, Expedition 33 is still fairly new, though. It's May, isn't it? Or when did it come out?
April.
About a couple weeks ago.
No, April.
April 25th versus March 6th.
So a month's difference?
Month and a half.
Wow, look at that drop. Well, let's see what we'll have to give Claire another month. But Split Fiction is down. You can see it there. Yeah, you're showing it. Yeah, like that's a pretty big drop off. Like really big drop off. But it's a single. That's just a co-op game. But it's a short game. It's also not a very long game. So Expedition 33 will probably look similar in a month, but it didn't quite hit the same numbers. Then again, though, the big factor difference is Game Pass. That is the biggest difference is Game Pass. Because every single person I know that's playing it is playing it on Game Pass. Like, everyone I know is doing it through Game Pass. And Game Pass even is on PC. So, I don't know. These numbers may be way more competitive when you factor in Game Pass.
Yeah.
Very possible. So, it's probably going to be a showdown between Expedition, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, and Split Fiction. This is probably your Game of the Year showdown. Unless something else comes out and knocks it out the box. When does E-Day come out, Bloodaxe?
2026.
When?
Oh, wait, no, wrong one.
When did you say, man?
2026.
Oh, it don't even come out this year. Okay. Well, then, yeah.
No, we got Borderlands later this year. But I can't think of anything that's really hyped up that's going to be coming out this year that may compete with these games.
You almost made me spit out my drink, dude. I know you didn't mean it, but I immediately said, my mind said Borderlands for Game of the Year, and I almost spit my drink out.
No, I mean, that's the only big title that I'm even eyeballing for the rest of the year.
It ain't going to be Game of the Year. Nothing from Gearbox is going to be Game of the Year. It could be the only game to come out this year, and it would lose to something from last year.
Like Hogwarts Legacy again?
I'm looking forward to Borderlands 4. I'm hoping it'll be good because I've been enjoying Borderlands 3 now that it's actually working because I'm playing it on PC instead of Xbox S where it doesn't work. But I can't even be enough of an optimist to put Game of the Year up for that. That would be a miracle.
But with Split Fiction, you had a nice little taper. But Expedition 33, it's been holding pretty steady. So
yeah, but I mean, like I said, it's got a month on it. I'll be fair. I'll give it another 20 days, I think, roughly to be exact. So we'll swing back around. I mean, we'll swing back around and take a look and see if it maintains. But the thing is, with how many people I think are playing it on Game Pass, I think it has bigger numbers. I really do. I think it probably has bigger numbers right now. The biggest thing is how close to its max number it still is. Because it isn't just this 24-hour peak. Right now, 91,000 people are still playing it. That's pretty big. I don't know if in a month that number is going to drop off by like the 95% almost or something it needs. Like, it's going to need to drop a lot. Well, I'm going to get to playing an hour. It's going to need to drop quite a bit to hit those numbers. Not quite what I called out, but pretty close.
And I am kind of curious if there's going to be any DLC coming out for these two games that may help kind of keep legs going underneath them, like they did with Elden Ring. So
I don't think
if they come out with good DLC or additional items, that could give it some more traction.
You're not wrong, and Split Fiction is not really designed in a way that I can see them really doing DLC for it. The way it operates. Whereas I could see that for Expedition 33, so that may be an advantage for the game.
Yeah, well, and you two haven't played it. I don't know how much you've actually learned about the story, but the way they've written it, there's a lot of flexibility to be able to add additional content that makes sense later on. And if you haven't played it, don't go searching for information on it because it will ruin a lot of the surprises, but it's a very, very well-written story.
Yeah, there's a spoiler for Doom Dark Ages that I don't know why jackasses were putting that on YouTube. It was in the shorts, too. That's what pissed me off. No, I didn't click on it. It was in the shorts. So I'm going in there and I look like, what's that? And they're like, hey, look what happened to the Doom guy. Yeah. And I'm like, really?
All right, well, let's wrap this up, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to Dicejunkies.com where you find links everywhere online, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on our YouTube channel. And as every week,
we hope you enjoy.
Oh, and be sure to keep an eye out for Q. Q's going to be posting some videos for Where Winds Meet. So
I'm going to be putting out a video with an intro. It's basically a beta video. So we're going to show you like the startup, and then we're going to do a final review. I need to get some footage tonight for that we can then put together. But short answer is, yeah, it's good. It's really good. So, I mean, I'm not that far into the game because the beta's really short. And, we're busy, so I didn't even get to start until Saturday. And you see what time it is Sunday.
Yeah.
But it's really good.